fellow said that, if this ultra mega power project comes up, the fly ash will go to the air and it will come down in the form of acid rain. Absurdity. Nothing happens like that. But he was able to carry the day. And our system also does not allow for taking hard decisions. As a result, among other things, we have lost the ultra mega power project. And as a substitute, a poor substitute, we got 2000 megawatt power project in Kudigi in Bijapur, where we have to carry coal over 650 kilometers compared to Tadri, which is a port-based project. So, in terms of large projects, we are simply not able to get the consensus to get them going, apart from all the political problems of change of government and so on. But on this aspect, I'd like to tell you that there is not much politics that is coming in the way of these projects. It is lack of public support which really is deterring these big projects. Technical and distribution losses are because of theft, 40%. And the other problem in power distribution is that 1/3 to 40% of the power we give free to farmers without any charge, without any metering. And in management, if you don't measure a thing, you can't manage it. So that much power is just going down. And repeated requests have not made a difference. So there are many issues clouding the power sector, which we are unable to overcome. But there are other states that have made a great difference. For instance, Gujarat. Gujarat, it has massive increase in power capacity. It distributes power efficiently. There is no free power. And it has also excellent resources in the form of natural gas and so on. So we have a long way to go in that direction.
Okay, we close the question answer session. Thank you for the enchanted speech as well as the question answer. I'm sure you would have made an excellent 10th husband of Liz Taylor, sir. Sirs, thank you for your wonderful speeches and the enchanting question answer session. Thank you very much indeed. Though it's not possible to put a price tag on your speeches and interaction with us today, as a token of our appreciation and affection, we would like to present a memento to each one of you. Please accept it. I request our chairman, Dr. Ramdas Pai, to kindly present a memento to the chief guest, Dr. V.A. Pai Panandika. Sir, I also request you to present a memento to the guest of honor, Shri K. Jayaraj IAS. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks. First of all, I thank the chief guest, Dr. V.A. Pai Panandika, to have taken time off his busy schedule to grace this occasion and share his valuable thoughts about our founder. Sir, thank you very much. Similarly, I thank our guest of honor, Shri K. Jayaraj IAS, to have taken time off a busy official schedule to be with us and enlighten us on a controversial, but within quotes, a boring topic, and patiently and pertinently answering the questions and questions posed by the audience. Thank you very much, sir. I sincerely thank our chairman, Dr. Ramdas Pai, who has been, as Dr. Vasudeva Rao said earlier, a great source of support and energy to all of us in TAPMI on every occasion. Needless to say, he has been so in making this function a possibility as well. Sir, thank you from the bottom of the heart. I thank the dignitaries who have made it to this function and graced it. Thank you very much. I thank the members of Manipal Education family who are present here. I especially thank the members of press who have left already, who have been with us to cover this event. I thank all my faculty and staff colleagues and our students who took active part in organizing this function. I thank the students of TAPMI and other institutions who are present here. Finally, I thank Hotel Fortune Valley View for the excellent arrangements. Thank you, one. Thank you all.